got a couple of them. But what that does is that lets you have wireless to this and then plug in and go to a switch someplace, and basically all you're doing is, matter of fact, I'm using it over there for the phone to go between my hotspot on the phone to the gateway on the router. But yeah, they're very useful.
One item of note, the older routers apparently draw more power, because looking at different things. These are the newer versions. I picked them for this box because they're the faster, more recent processors.
And
The two routers and the Pi all running together, running about 0.35 amps.
yeah, and I found my routers really range almost a little less than an amp all the way down to about 200 milliamps.
Power meter here to measure it. Now I have my power source for this in the field is I have an 18 amp hour battery and a car charger unit with a solar recharger on it. So this should run somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 full days plus on just the batteries. The solar charger should be able to run indefinitely.
How big is a solar panel that you're using?
It's a 60 watt polycrystalline.
Okay.
And the batteries?
That's an 18 amp hour AGM
18.
battery. It's actually in a car jumper, all right, which is a convenient way to carry it around, and I just opened it up and wired in pigtails to bring out 2 power pole connectors, one to hook up to my solar panel and one to hook up to for power.
And for the charging, is there some sort of regulator charging
It's on the
circuit?
solar panel.
It's built into the solar.
charge controllers attached to the solar panel.
And the price of the solar panels, you know?
This particular one around about $140 on eBay,
Okay.
made in China, like everything.
Would a 13 watt briefcase type of solar panel work also? 13 watts?
Well, this is pulling 4.2 watts.
Okay.
So
Harbor Freight has a briefcase style solar panel for $60, and it basically folds out like a briefcase with a handle on it.
the question is, will that be enough to recharge batteries and run overnight? So you're gonna sit down and do a little more work. But right now, sitting here actively, it's running 4.2. So in theory, with the right size battery, you can run almost indefinitely with that.
12 amp,
Some every day.
12 amp hour battery is about a good size, because it will run, generally speaking, for a day.
Right.
And they're easy to carry, so you can go out in the field with a couple of them without having to carry a 100 amp hour battery. So, I mean, I certainly would recommend, and I got mine for about $20 a piece, so, I mean, they're fairly reasonable.
Now, in cases like field day, we didn't have any sun the first day. There was nothing but rain, so there's very little solar power. So you really have to look at your power budget, how long you want to run. So if you want something to put up and stay up for several days, and you're running it off the solar, you have to size your battery to have enough reserve capacity to go through periods of no sun.
Okay.
That's all I got. Feel free to come over, look at it, take pictures.
We're going to get more detail on it, Mark.
And these are weatherproof connectors. And I have the mating tabs that I can put a weatherproof connector on it, leave the connection on it in the rain.
And they require round hole.
Yes. I need the terminal panel to switch so I can turn the power up. If I don't want to run the Pi, I can leave the power.
It's a G-zipped tar file. Linux usually knows how to.
In here, here. Yeah.
Well, the question is, how do, when I plug this into the upgrade function of 3.0,
What is the one you used to say?
TRX?
How did you mount that?
They're standoff. Stainless steel from the back, brass standoff, and then one standoff has a thread coming out of it, and the other one captures the board on top of it between it, and the insulated washers.
The wind came and it sheared off River Branch. I had to.
You need a selfie stick.
Going to that point, taking it out, that certainly is a better way to do it.
Well, I realized I needed to do it, and
Well, you get a better deal.
At least my arms are longer than my wife's.
yeah, and then, I actually had to carry the box around. I had to open it up and plug into it a field day. So I realized, well, I need an easy way to be able to connect without opening the box and letting rain get in.
Mark, you reckon I could get you to give us a little tour of it for the camera?
I'll see my 9 dBi. It's here in a second.
Get her up.
The camera facing down.
Yeah, well, you want it down in more?
Yeah, I want to up to you. Okay, there's two router boards. The bottom one and the top one.
Uh-huh.
The bottom one is the DDWRT router. The top one is the mesh router. Power comes in here, goes to a distribution block, switch to turn the power on and off to the 12 to 5 volt converter, which in turn powers the Raspberry Pi.
That's a Raspberry Pi on the roof, right?
Yeah, this is the Raspberry Pi 2. Then the WAN port on the the mesh board goes to a network port, the LAN port on the DDWRT. And then a LAN port from each of the two routers comes to the weatherproof connector on the outside. These cables that I got on Amazon, I think they're like 8 inches long. They go from the reverse polarity TNC and provide a reverse polarity SMB, or SMA connector for the antennas.
Have you tried the 30-30-30?
Bring out both pairs, I can take the antenna off and hook up another antenna. And just for reference, I've got my information on what there are labeled in here.
Up there at by the Pi.
Yeah, so I can tell, so I can remember what the addresses are and what I named them when I opened the door.
There you go. What's that sticking out of the Pi on your end?
This is an 8 gigabyte USB. I have the Pi configured so it automatically
it's
mounts
storage.
that
It's
as
a
storage drive.
thumb
Now,
drive. Flash
The
drive.
web server that I have in the Pi right now only has a test page, but I'm going to reconfigure the test page, which it brings off. The operating system is in a micro SD card inserted on the end. Then right now the Apache server that I have in there looks to that for the test page. So I'm going to redo that test page to redirect to a web page which I'm going to keep on the USB. And when I shut down the USB, the Pi, I can take this out, put it in my computer, and I can edit the web page, I can add files, make changes, etc. And I just plug that in, turn the Pi on, it reboots and mounts, and everything's there.
Sounds
So I'll
good.
be able to change it for different situations on the fly without having to work through the mesh network. So I can pre-configure without having to set up the mesh network.
Okay, Mark, this is basically the main unit that was used at field day for all the logging. This is what everybody connected
This is what
to.
everyone connected in and out. This is what got us into the internet. This I would call version 2. Version 1, I did not have the standoffs. They were on order, but I did not have them.
I understand how that works.
So it was
But-
kind of clues together.
but-
Also, I did not have the Pi in it, so
Okay.
learning from field day, I learned we need more capability.
Yes.
Next year for field day, what I hope to be able to do is everyone with a computer logs into this.
See what the lights.
I have a web page for them to go check in and have the system automatically collect their computer name and IP address, generate the table, so that everyone can go to one place. It'll link, the table comes up, type that configuration information into the network configuration for any one of them, and everyone's configured. Because I had to run SneakerNet to everyone's computer twice to get everybody set up with all the IDs.
Yeah.
And that was because we were doing it at the last minute.
Come up by default, it says there's a
Yeah.
message.
That's usually the last minute's usually where all that stuff
Exactly. The
happens.
plan for next year is to try to streamline that. And that, what I found is we need a common location that everyone can go to. So with this, it's very simple. You go to KV4UC-21 on the MeshNet.
Voicemail message.
There's a home page button there. You click on that, your browser opens up, you're on the home page. Any information we want you to have, etc. right there.
Okay, now, at the individual stations, they had a computer for logging, and they had a router.
Yes.
And all that, and that just connected them to this.
That connected me to this. Right. And then one station on the network, under Ed1MM, we assigned as the logging master, and everything collected to that PC.
Right, with backups on the individual.
If we had lost the network, everyone was still individual. And
Right.
if we were then able to reestablish it, it was just a matter of them all syncing back to the same master.
Excellent.
Others, they don't have that.
First thing I want to make sure is that you get your sheet here. Rule number one is don't take broadband compatible routers and brick it into an access point. That's a waste of a good router that can be used for broadband handling. If you don't want to use it yourself, sell it to somebody else. Please don't do that. Just get yourself up. You can get one that looks just like a broadband router, but it's out of the version range that works. That's pretty.
I think I have one out in the car.
I'd like to ask for clarification or elaboration. I've got on the network, I've got it on BBHN. I've got some extra routers on that uses access points to transmit wireless devices. Is that, you're saying that's a waste of the router?
No, it's a waste of a router that has the right version number that can be firmware to become a broadband router. Only certain numbers, certain versions, certain models. I don't remember off the top of my head what they are, but there's only a couple of them that actually are that you can flash. And once you get above a certain version, like say version 5, then they can't be flashed, but they still work for access point. And if you have an extra access point, it doesn't have to be a Linksys router, it could be any access point. All I'm doing is connecting 2 ports to that, and that's what the, but anyway, that's what the first couple of points are. Okay, anybody who's set up an access point at home, you're doing the same thing here. You're just going to connect into this access point, set your password, and remember it. Don't like I forgot mine. I don't remember what it is. I'll figure it out and reset it. But anyway, you set it up for a wireless access point with a password. That's all you have to do, really.
Commercial grade Wi-Fi, basically. So here,
They come both ways, so get that go.
You guys need to go outside.
I'm already going to have to load this up too. Now, is this running out of the right server or is it its own server point?
And now you be connected to this box. Okay, as long as you're connected to this box now, you can open your browser.
Those two guys were just talking to each other on voice over internet protocol, VoIP, which was running on
You had to be physically.
that computer right over there in the corner.
This gives me the physical connection.
This is the Wi-Fi dead on this.
Well, yeah, it just doesn't have, well, it works, but it does, it works so that it can be broadband router.
That computer sitting over there.
Make sure you don't forget this password, because we got a couple of guys over here that.
Passwords are close.
You're logging into the setup.
Once you get that as an access point, all you do.
I don't know. Now, is this one of my routers? No, it's called JK.